Hello Virgo, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to those of you who have been here before, and welcome to those of you who are coming over to check it out and see what it's all about. My channel is Inspiring Life Changes. My name is Colette and I am a tarot reader with over 30 years experience. And this reading today is a reading for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp Virgo. If you don't know where those placements are, Virgo, there will be a free natal link in the description box down below for you to go and check that out for yourselves. You may know where your sun sign is, but you may not know which degree it's at. You may not know where your moon sign, your rising sign or your Venus sign is. And this is a love reading for Virgo that I'm doing today. So it's a reading for you and that person that you have an energetic connection with here, Virgo, somebody who you have a special relationship with, and that doesn't have to be a one-to-one intimate relationship, although they often do come out. It can also be somebody who you have a intellectual connection with, or it can be somebody who you have is a creative business partner, but it's somebody who you have a strong energetic connection to. So, as always, I have separated one of my decks of cards. This is how I start my reading. And before I forget, because I often do, this is going to be a kind of Celtic cross reading. I'm not doing a full Celtic cross reading, but I'll explain that as I go through. But I am using two decks of cards here. So one is for the cross watcher. This will be the cross watchers deck of cards, and this is going to be your, actually sorry, it's the other way around. This is your deck of cards, Virgo, and this is the cross watchers deck of cards. I'll get it right. So you cross watchers out there who are interested in a Virgo, in a relationship with a Virgo already, or want to be, or finished with a Virgo and want to know what's going on still, also check out your own natal link as well, and also specifically check out your Venus sign, because like I said, this is a love reading. Venus is the planet of love. Venus is in Leo at this time, so there's a lot of kind of hot, passionate energy out there, shall we say. There's a lot of Venus is feeling quite bold, quite courageous, quite kind of wanting to go for what she wants, knowing what's in her heart now, and really kind of thinking, right, it's time to go and get it in whatever form that is. That doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It can also be to do with a business or friendship. Just anything that kind of relates to Venus values as well. So that's where Venus is at on a bigger astrological scale, but on your own personal chart, Venus could well be somewhere else completely different. So it is worth checking out. And also, when you do find out where your Venus sign is, you may also want to watch the reading that I will be putting up for that sign as well, because it may give you a bigger picture, because this is just a general love reading. It's not going to be for everybody out there, but hopefully you will find something within this reading which will resonate with you. So yes, as I was saying, separation of my tarot cards of one suit, which is the cup cards, which I always use for an overall kind of expression. It gives me a kind of look into what's going on a deeper level when it comes to the emotions here. And we have the Seven of Cups, or Seven of Water, in reverse for you here, Virgo. Seven of Water, Seven of Cups in reverse. Sevens for me are always a dilemma energy. It's an energy of not knowing what to do next. Something that is being offered here. You may not be seeing it, Virgo, because it is in reverse. You may be completely oblivious to it. You may be seeing it, and you may, because we also have the Three of Water on the bottom of the deck here as well. So you may not want to, or you may be hesitant, or you may be uncertain about what it is being offered here as well, because the Seven can be overwhelming. There can be so many different choices here as well, so many opportunities. But because it's in reverse, it feels more to me as though it's a sense of you not really seeing what is there. You're not seeing what is being offered. Or you may, like I was saying, you may just be in this energy of not being sure if what you're being offered is actually for you, or if it's kind of, is it going to be another like red herring? Is it going to lead you down a garden path to nowhere? It's that kind of feeling. It's that kind of, I don't really know if this is what I want. I don't really know if this, because each of these kind of characters that are swimming around her here represent a potential possibility, but it also represents castles in the air in many ways as well. Things not being grounded, things not being completely clear. There can be confusion here because there can be too many, and also because you don't know what it is that you're going to get. You could pick any one of these, but what will the outcome be? This is the thing. It's like, I don't know which one to pick, or which one's going to make me happy, or which one I'm just going to kind of fall into the same scenario. So it is a dilemma card for me, the Seven of Water. And like I said here with the Three of Water at the bottom, she's, for me, kind of not made her mind up here. If you look at her hand on this shell, she's kind of hesitant about taking it, about grabbing it. Again, it's in reverse. So it does kind of say to me that there's more of a feeling of not taking what's on offer here than actually kind of wanting to take what's on offer. But we'll see what else the cards have to say for you, Virgo. You do start off your reading with the Seven of Wands in reverse. And the Seven of Wands in reverse is kind of saying you're in a situation where you're not feeling on top of things at this time. You're not feeling, and I think this is also kind of indicated in this card here as well. It's kind of everything seems to be overwhelming you. Nothing seems to be going your way is kind of what I'm feeling and hearing. Nothing seems to be going your way at this time, Virgo. And it's interesting because I'm sure the Six of Wands came out in your general read the other day as well. I'm sure it was in your subconscious place, and again I think that it was in reverse. So there is this general overall feeling of you're not possibly even being seen at this time, or recognized for what it is that you do or you are doing, or you're having difficulty. It should be a feeling of victory, but it's not, because you're really not feeling that at all. If anything, you're feeling, it's like I'm getting the feeling of like being down at the very bottom of a very tall mountain, and you're kind of thinking you've got to start climbing that mountain again. It's like you've got to go all the way up to the top, whereas you were kind of halfway up, almost at the top, but somehow you've kind of slipped all the way down, is kind of the feeling that I'm getting here. You're now again at the bottom of this mountain, kind of looking back up at it and going, I've got to do that all over again. I've got to do that climb. And maybe that's also got something to do with this as well. Maybe you're thinking, do I really want to do that? Or how do I go about doing that? Because you are covered here by the Wheel of Fortune as well. So this is your challenge, and it's kind of saying to me that it's about waiting for the right time. And it's interesting because I'm showing your general read again, Virgo. It was about time. It was about time, you trying to rush ahead of something and possibly missing something. So I don't know whether there's a kind of flowing connection going on with this read as well. I'm trying to think what I called that last Virgo read. I'm sure it was something about slowing down. Because you did get the Wheel of Fortune come out again, but I'm sure it came out as your last card previously. But it was this general feeling of you having to kind of take the time to slow down and accept that you're not in a place, or maybe you got the Chariot in the last card. I can't remember exactly, but I'm sure you had the Wheel of Fortune somewhere. And the Wheel of Fortune is about kind of that, knowing that something is like destined, that you can't force a situation, that it's all kind of pre-planned in a way, that you have to wait for the right time in order to act on something. That if you try and make something happen before the time is right, which is possibly why you're down at the bottom of this kind of mountain that I'm feeling here, that you've kind of slipped down, possibly because you are trying to make something happen too quickly. For me, there's always, if you look at the card, there is an astrological link with this as well. It's kind of saying that, you know, you have to be aware that there's a bigger connection to everything here, that there's a bigger picture, that it's not just like your own small microcosmic world here that we're talking about, Virgo. We're talking about other things that have to kind of fit into place, and not everything is going to fit into place in your time, in the time that you want it to happen, because there is other things involved, other people's lives are involved as well. So it does feel very similar in a way to the general read. If you haven't watched the general read, Virgo, then maybe you would like to do so, because it might give you a bit more insight as well. So we have two cards that are in your head at this time, what you're kind of thinking, what you're aware of here, is the Nine of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. And I just get this overall feeling of things being very heavy. Again, with this Six of Wands energy. Things are just feeling heavy. Things are just feeling like they're really hard work. Really exhausting, really stressful, like you've put a lot of yourself into something. And with the Knight of Pentacles here as well, it's really feeling to me as though it's just like almost like going backwards. It feels like, I mean, the Knight of Pentacles is slow enough as he is, kind of tortoise energy in many ways. He does win. He is the knight that will cross the edge, like the end finishing line, but it takes him a long time to get there. But what I'm feeling here for you, Virgo, is that it just feels like everything is really hard work. Everything is a real slog. Everything is really, and it all seems to feel as though it's against you. That it doesn't matter how much you put into something here. It just doesn't seem to want to happen, and it's just exhausting you. Whether this is related to your finances or your home environment. Pentacles, very earthy. It is your own energy, Virgo, Capricorn and Taurus energy as well. But it just feels as though things are not, I don't know what's happened there. My light seems to have gone out. Sorry about this, Virgo. Give me 2 seconds. No, something's gone wrong there. I'm going to see if I can do this without it before the light disappears completely. So, yeah, that just seems to me as though it's a really hard and difficult time for you at the moment. And that you are exhausted by it all, like mentally, creatively as well. Not so much, well, mentally as well, but just exhausted. It's like you feel drained of energy. It's no matter how much you put into something, you don't feel as though you're kind of getting any pleasure from it or joy from it or anything that's uplifting. There's no uplifting kind of feeling from this at this time. And the card that we have as your recent past energy here is the Fool energy. So this is saying that there has been a new beginning here. Something has started afresh. You have taken a risk. You have taken a leap of faith, shall we say. And it is upright. So that is a positive scenario. And I'm kind of seeing a similar, like here with this, where all of this is in this kind of arch here. We've also got the same kind of thing happening above his head here as well. And also it reminded me of the energy with these kind of astrology signs here as well. And kind of again saying, you know, that sometimes you have to see the bigger picture. You have to be able to trust that there is something much bigger out there that is kind of, that you are a part of it and it is a part of you. There is no disconnection here. It's all the same energy. And that your pathway may not be the pathway that you thought you were going to go down. There may be something else waiting there for you that instinctively you know is right, but your head maybe is or has been saying something different to you. And you may feel as though you've had to kind of take this leap of faith. You've had to kind of trust your instincts and your kind of new direction here, not really knowing exactly where it's taking you, which could also be this 7 here as well. Not really knowing what it is that you're going to achieve or what it is that you're going to receive here if you go down this path. But you're having to accept that there is more down this path than there is down the old path, like this, because this is a leap of faith. So you're kind of having to come to terms, I feel, with that. You're kind of having to, because it's a new journey. The fall is 0. It's the beginning. It's the start of something. It's a new journey. It's a new time. It's a new experience. It's kind of like having or wiping the slate clean in a way, which may also be why you've got this going on as well at this time, where it just all feels maybe a bit exhausting and heavy going. I just get this feeling of burden, some heaviness, particularly with both of those cards in reverse. So underneath this in your subconscious, we have the moon in reverse, which is the card of the subconscious itself. So there are things that you're keeping below the surface, shall we say here. There are things that you're not necessarily giving away. There are things, and I don't want to say secrets, but it's kind of, there's things that you feel that you're not ready to express or to allow other people to know at this time. It's very emotional. It is the card, the moon is the card of emotions. It's also about trying to see the bigger picture. Again, we've got this clockwork kind of mechanism here as well. So there's a similarity here with this Wheel of Fortune and this moon energy as well. That your challenge at this time, I feel, is to wait. And again, it's so similar to the reading that I was doing for you with your general read, because that was about the emotions not being recognized, and that it was like you were trying to rush ahead, you were trying to get to the end of something before you'd actually gone through the emotions of it. You were like very logical about it all, Virgo, but you weren't feeling it. You kind of weren't, you were missing something. And that's again this kind of energy here. The moon energy, the emotions, you're kind of, because it's in reverse, it's kind of saying to me that there is something that you're not necessarily allowing yourself to feel on a deeper level here. It's all very clockwork and all very kind of precise, which is a very kind of Virgo thing. It all has to be very matter of fact and all very kind of nice and neatly done, to make sense, to kind of logically. You're trying to logically understand your emotions and your feelings, and that doesn't work. It will just lead to more confusion, to more misunderstanding, to more not knowing what to do. This is what this card is saying to me. And we have as your outcome, or the energy that you're moving into, should I say, as the Fool energy moves away, you have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So this is talking about a loss of something. This is about you having to walk away from something, I feel. You're having to leave something behind, something that has been precious, something, again, that kind of came out in your other reading. If you haven't watched it, I suggest you do, Virgo. It is in reverse, and for me it's interesting because you have this, oh, there's that tortoise that I was talking about there as well. The tortoise energy, very slow, very, very slow, almost imperceptibly slow here. But you have the mouse, and the mouse is kind of, for me, it's the nibbler. It kind of nibbles away at things, so it could be a feeling of kind of whatever it was that you've succeeded at doing. Your success is kind of being eaten away at, or again, it goes back for me to these energies here of just this general feeling of it doesn't matter what you do at this time. It just feels as though you're not getting anywhere. And in fact, this card would imply that you're actually in a place of loss, in the sense of whatever it was that you had built up. And this could be a family situation, this could be a business situation, this could be a relationship situation as well. It feels to me like a family situation, like a possible divorce or something here. Your hopes and your fears, you have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups in reverse for me here is saying that there's something inside you that you want. Maybe that's what this Six of Wands here is saying as well, that you want recognised. It's like there's some part of you that you feel isn't being recognised. And it feels like that little kind of little boy, that little inner, or girl, it doesn't make any difference. I only say boy because this actually is a male card, so I just say what's on the picture, but the gender makes no difference. It's boy or girl, but it kind of feels like there's a lost energy here for me today, like a little boy, little girl lost energy, like you're feeling out on your own, you're feeling possibly unloved, uncared for. That's how it's coming over for me. A sense of, because it's in your hopes and your fears, there's also a hope in there that, you know, that you will be able to love again, you will find love again, you will be able to give somebody love again, and somebody will also be able to do the same back to you, that you will find the person that you want to share and be with. But for you at this time, it's feeling like a lost cause, like a hopeless. And that's what I think this Fool energy is about as well. It's kind of starting out again, but this time it's on your own. Like you're on your own. This new path that you're having to tread. Because we also have the Queen of Cups as your final outcome here in reverse. So this is saying to me, it does feel as though something is no longer being given the love. It's like both of these in reverse. They're both cards of kind of unconditional love when they're upright. Especially the Queen as well. When she's upright, she's so very giving, very loving, very nurturing, very compassionate, but when she's in reverse, it feels like it's kind of been cut off, almost like a lifeline somehow. This could be your energy, Virgo. This could also be the energy of water signs. It is a water sign energy, so this could have something to do with a Pisces. It could be a Cancer or a Scorpio. It is that kind of energy, but very intuitive, but I'm just getting this kind of blockage here, like something is being blocked. And this could, again, this actually could be your own energy here, Virgo, because this could be this kind of, again, not looking at your emotions. It's in reverse. So you're still not taking that time out to look at your emotions. Everything is still, you're still trying to be very logical, I feel, about this situation. It's almost like, you know, who needs love? Who needs it? What does it even mean? What's it even about? And this could, Page of Cups could also be why you're feeling that way. It's kind of like this is behind this. And this is kind of like a front in many ways. That's what I'm feeling. It's kind of like this energy here, this young child energy is behind the reasoning why you're portraying this energy to the world or into this situation at this time. Again, I get the feeling that it's all very logical in your head. It all kind of, you're trying to make sense of your emotions with your thinking brain. So let's see what's going on for the person that you have this energetic connection with. They've got the 8 of Cups here, so they're very much in their emotions. They are going down into the depths of their emotions. They too are walking away from this situation, but they want to really understand it on a deep emotional level. They want to really get into the whole process. They're seeing things in a different way to what you're seeing it, Virgo. They're feeling it in a different way to what you're feeling it. They're going down, like I was saying, down these steps for me kind of represent going down into the underworld. And the underworld is kind of the subconscious realm, the emotional realm of really getting to the depths of their feelings around all of this. What's led up to this? Why are they in this place? And is anything going to change? But I feel that that's kind of, I feel that that's where you need to be as well, Virgo, but you're refusing to go there. It feels like you're refusing to actually acknowledge that energy. For you, it feels like a lot more practical. That could be because you are a earth sign. So this person has got over the top of them, I've actually got 2 side cards coming out here, but they have the 9 of Cups over the top of this 8 of Cups, which is interesting. The 8 and the 9 together, this is their crossing card. This is their possibly wanting a reunion with you, possibly hoping. It is their challenge, Virgo. Sorry, hon. It is what they're doing at this time, is going down into the depths to kind of try and find that place of possibly even of when you first met each other, when you first... There's an energy here. It feels like something to do with kind of a real, like a remembrance, because it's a challenge. They're kind of trying to remember the original feeling here, the emotions that they felt when they first became, when you first became lovers. And it is feeling to me like a very, very different energy that this person is feeling. Very different energy. But what they have in their head and what they're aware of, this could well be your energy again. What they're aware of here, this King of Swords energy is just like, again, blocked. Something is completely blocked. This energy does not want to communicate about anything. It doesn't want to feel anything. It doesn't want to talk about anything. It's just like, almost like icy, very, very logical, very kind of like, you know, this is how it is. There's no point in discussing anything. It's just, it's just how it is. That's what I'm getting. It's kind of, it is what it is. It is what it is. And no matter how much we talk about it, it's not going to change. This is kind of how you, or the person, Virgo, that you're having an energetic relationship with, sees this situation at this time. They see that, or they feel very strongly that there is no point in trying to approach you or this situation, because there is not going to be any movement. There's no budging. There's no stopping the way that this person feels at this time. There's no change. Nothing is going, nothing's going to shift. Nothing's going to move. Nothing. It's kind of set in stone is basically what I'm feeling here. This energy is set in stone and it intends to stay that way. So let's see why. This could be your energy, Virgo. It could be their energy, but I'm feeling more of it as how they are viewing the situation with you, how they're seeing you at this time. That's what's coming over, because their energy is coming over as much more emotional, much more open, much more wanting to resolve something, even with this Nine of Cups here. Much more wishful thinking, hopeful thinking, even seeing you possibly as their wish fulfillment, which is why they're going down into the very depths. But they also have the Ten of Pentacles here in reverse, which is why I do feel that this is a family situation. And I feel as though you have moved on, Virgo. That's what this Fool is saying to me. You've moved on and you've left this behind. And this person is kind of feeling that they've got to maybe pick up the pieces here, particularly if there is children involved, that they're having to kind of hold it all together here. And it feels like with this Ten of Pentacles here as well, it's all kind of falling apart. So they've got that energy moving away. That's an energy that they have had to, I feel as though they've had to kind of face this as well. This energy, they've had to kind of see the fact that they no longer have this family unit in their life anymore. It's a different energy. It's a different dynamic that you have with this person now. And they've had to kind of come to terms with that. But we also have the Three of Pentacles come out after for this person as well. So they've got the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So again, very practical energy, very material, very much about the environment, very much about the practical side of life. So this could also be you having to kind of come to compromises with each other here, or agreements, or kind of, feels like agreements on things. The kind of to do with the family, it feels like to me, to do with kind of agreeing all the practical sides of things, particularly, like I was saying, if there are children involved, it feels like there's this kind of practical, you've got to be practical about it. is what this person has been going through. They've been going through this very kind of practical way of dealing with this situation. Even though they're in this very emotional place, they are still trying to be very practical and responsible as well, and possibly even kind of, you know, trying to make the pair of you be very responsible or very practical about this. They may even be receiving outside help here as well. Maybe family, maybe friends. But it is upright, so it is a good energy. They're in a good energy of feeling as though they are supported here as well with the Three of Pentacles. So let's see what's going on in their subconscious realm at this time. Okay. They have the 10 of Cups in reverse. As I was saying, this person is in an incredibly emotional place. This at one time would have been upright, and it would have been like a perfect union, like feeling as though you've met the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. This is the soul marriage card. Like after all the trials and the tribulations, and kind of the 8, the 9 and the 10, and like all together here. So I feel as though this person, you have been through this journey with this person, but it's upside down. So they are aware as well, deep down they are aware of the fact that this is no longer how things are. That there has been this divide, there is this split, there is no longer this same love between you. Whatever was there is no longer there. And they are feeling it. They are really feeling it on a really, really deep level here, Virgo. Whereas you're really trying not to feel it. Maybe because for you it's too overwhelming. Maybe that's also why you've got that 7 of Water card there, and also that 3 of Water card. Maybe you're also aware of this person's feelings and emotions for you still, and maybe you're kind of thinking, no, it's time to put an end to this with this Fool card here and move forward into something new. We can't keep going over the same ground, maybe, because you are in a very different place to what they're in. A very, very different place here, Virgo. So let's see why the 10 of Pentacles is here on the other side. It's like this balancing energy. Okay, so this person's got 3 cards come out here. The 2 of Swords in reverse, which is saying that a decision is going to be made, because this is the energy moving in. But it's in reverse, so it feels as though it could be a decision that's kind of taken out of this person's hands. It could be a situation that's not going to end, very pleasantly as well, because of the crossing of swords here. It could be, and there's also a moving away. Somebody's definitely moving away here on a mental level as well. This person, somebody's moving away from a difficult situation, a difficult way of living a life. It's moving into the future, but again it's in reverse, so it feels as though it's this general feeling of it being, having to be accepted, not something that they particularly are wanting to make happen or do. It could be one of you is having to leave the home environment. I'm not sure which one of you that may be, but that could be part of the decision making, is that one of you is going to have to move on here. Male or female, whichever is best. I feel that could also be part of all these kind of decisions. It feels more like kind of practical, what is best, you know, what is best. We've got to decide what is best here, like, you know, almost like trying to still work as a team for the greater good. But there we also have this hangman energy here as well, so this person's going to have to surrender on a deeper level and really let go. And I feel as though they don't want to. I really do feel as though they don't want to. They don't want to let this go. They don't want to let whatever it was that you had between you here, they don't want to let that go. But the hangman energy is saying that there is no choice here. And they're kind of coming to that place in their own head here. They are beginning to realise this, because this is an upright hangman. It's a willing surrender. It's not a surrender that's being forced on this person. They are going to make the decision themselves to do this and to let go and surrender to whatever it is that is happening, even though it doesn't feel right to them. They do realise that they don't, in many ways, have much of a choice here, Virgo. And the light's a bit weird. My light went out. I don't know what's wrong with it. It seems to have died a death, maybe. I'll have to check that out. And I'm just hoping that the video is not going to run out as well. My phone looks like it's doing weird things, so I'm going to try and get to the end of this. The Knight of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, in the hopes and the fears. This, for me, is the energy of moving forward, moving away from something. The Page of Pentacles is about planting seeds in the future. So this person is hoping that they're going to be able to plant new seeds, move away from the energy that they're in here. Kind of have a bit of a devil-may-care attitude about them for a while, maybe. They may be a little bit kind of less inclined to be practical. They may feel like being more freedom orientated and kind of adventurous and kind of taking their time to enjoy life, rather than being kind of just very practically minded here. But they are thinking of their future. They are thinking of their future, but there's also this kind of energy here as well. So we have the Page of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. So it does feel to me as though there is this kind of almost opposite energies, because this wants to be practical, think about the future, and this one wants to just go and have some fun. And never mind the consequences. We'll deal with them later. But it is just hopes and fears here. It's not, there is no definite energy here for this person. They're kind of in this space of not really it feels as though they're in this place of kind of knowing that somehow they've got to be practical and got to think ahead, and yet at the same time there is this devil-may-care energy about them as well. So you may want to just kind of be aware of that as well, Virgo. The last card that they have here is the Five of Cups. Again, very emotional. Again, they see you as kind of running out on this situation without any real kind of communication here, or really kind of talking to them about things, expressing yourself, telling them how you really feel. Because if you see here, this character here is running out of this, well, it's a temple, but he's basically running away with no explanation. He's just gone. He's just leaving the building and leaving Psyche here to kind of try and work out how and why. There is 1 cup standing and the 4 cups there have kind of fallen over. So it's kind of saying that that Ace of Cups is still there, but it feels more like it's this Ace of Cup for this person. It's their Ace of Cups. It's over the top of your your Queen of Cups here as well. So it may feel to this person that you're just not emotionally there for them. Emotionally, you're just not able to express how you're really feeling about certain things here to them. And I'm just very quickly going to try and pull you a Angel Oracle card. I'm hoping that my phone is not going to die because it's doing some weird things at this time. So quickly, can we have an Angel Oracle card, please, for the best advice for Virgo in this situation? What is the best advice for Virgo at this time, please? Best advice for Virgo. What is the best advice for Virgo at this time? Best advice. It doesn't want to give you a card, Virgo. Angel Oracle cards. Best advice for Virgo at this time. Best advice for Virgo at this time. Best advice for Virgo. Oh, there we go. What have we got? We have got composure. So basically it's saying take the step back here, Virgo. And that's also what I feel with this Wheel of Fortune here. Take the time back. Compose yourself before you go in rushing into anything. And just give yourself some space here. Wheel of Fortune energy. It's kind of saying the same thing. Divine timing. Don't try to act before the time is ready, is really what I'm feeling from this card here. So I'm going to finish the reading here, Virgo, because I am a bit worried that that phone is just going to die on me. My light's already died on me. So I don't know if this has got anything to do with your energy or whether it's just how things are at this time. But I am going to say thank you very much for watching this video. If you have liked it, please could you thumbs it up for me. The more thumbs I get, the more it gets out into the bigger YouTube world where people can pick it up. And please, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please could you also do so. Thank you very much to those of you who have subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate it. I am really trying to grow my channel at this time, so the more subscriptions I get, the better for me, the bigger my channel can become, the more recommended and the more it gets to be seen. So if you haven't, please could you thumbs it up, and please also subscribe. There is a little subscribe button on my videos. Tap that and you also get a bell come up which will give you all the it will give you the ability to tap it and get all my videos as and when I come out. I'm getting a little bit anxious about this at the moment. And also please share my videos as well. And before I forget, I do all the new moons, full moons and all the zodiac signs as well. So I have playlists as well. So if you want to go and check out my playlists, Virgo, please do so. And also please take really good care of yourselves at this time and anybody else around you who you can. Thank you very much for watching.